Hi, my name is Michael Jacobs. As a golf teaching professional, it's very important for me to learn as much as I can about the body, how it works, and how to get people to move better, not only to improve their golf, but to improve their overall health and enjoyment of the game. You know, we live in a day where many of us don't know as much about our bodies as we should. For example, if I went around the golf course today, we finally have a nice spring day, and I asked everyone golfing what the sternocleidomastoid is, most of them would probably think it's a kitchen appliance more than an important muscle that's involved in our head posture. This is where the work of Tom Myers and Jill Miller comes in, and it's so important. And in this video series, they do an excellent job at introducing people to the basic anatomy, the map that Tom Myers has created of the anatomy trains longitudinally through the body. And Jill Miller gives excellent examples of how you can roll through the trains, as they say, to help your movement. It's a great introduction and something that I'm going to make sure all my students watch and participate in. Since we're out here and it's a beautiful day in the spring on Long Island, New York, let's use anatomy trains to talk about how we hold the club. Let's start with the superficial front arm line, running up from the palm through the flexor group into the pectoralis major. Now that positioning of the club against that superficial front arm line is really important. And we want to also take note of the deep front arm line as we do that as well, coming up from the thumb into ribs 3, 4, and 5 with the pectoralis minor, deep to that superficial front arm line. So when I place my hand on the club, I want to set it across my hand as straight across as possible, so that when I grasp the club, it's much like I'm grabbing a suitcase or a briefcase. But the key move that most people don't realize is we want to ulna deviate, which means that we're going to move this deep back arm line down so that when we put the club straight across our hand, it sets the deep front arm line up on top of the grip. So now I could use that deep front arm line to help me aim the club during the stroke, and I'm securely holding it in that superficial front arm line. Now, if we look at the superficial back arm line coming up through the extensor group, up into the trapezius and up to the back of our neck, we could really see how the interaction of these lines is really important when we're grasping the club. Now here's something that you will find interesting. When we put our right hand on the club, we want to get the superficial front arm line of the right hand to go up against and oppose the superficial front arm line of the left arm. So it's kind of like against the club, it's superficial front arm line against superficial front arm line. And what that allows us to do during the swing is it allows those to oppose each other and give us a chance to torque and move the club in a way that helps align it for contact. So next time you're going out golfing, take note of those arm lines, and I think you'll start to enjoy the game more. I want to thank Tom Myers for everything that he's taught me. He's been a great anatomy teacher.